Hi there YouTube, it's Musical Aviator. Just the other day we drove this aircraft down to Peterborough on the Great Ocean Road, and today we're repositioning out to Torquay, so a little bit closer to Melbourne for Monday's milk run. Here's roughly where we left the aircraft, tied down and chocked up. Just a quick external inspection of our surroundings. And before we jump in, let's have a chat about what we're doing. So, hello JB Aviation, hope you're doing well. And yes, for those of you that aren't in Victoria, or those of you that are in Victoria, we've just had some news that we're going to be in lockdown for a little bit longer. So we're in, day 5? I think, yeah, day 5 of what was going to be a 7-day lockdown, it's now going to be a 14-day lockdown. Yeah. Welcome to the great winter lockdown of 2021. Hello, Nathan Jones. So we're at Peterborough. We're going to take off from Peterborough and fly along near Port Campbell where the 12 apostles are, or the 8 remaining apostles are. From there we'll continue on down towards I guess this is Wattle Hill, Gellibrand. And then we'll probably pick up some speed, remaining about 1,500. And then pop down Cape Otway, just maintaining just off the shore. And then we'll make a landing into Apollo Bay. Won't stop there long, just enough to essentially turn around, get our wits together, and then pop out of Apollo Bay. We do have some charts for Apollo Bay. You'll see here that the runway is really, really tiny. Yep. It's 10 feet above sea level. It's 760 meters long. So to get out of here, we'll use flaps 10. We'll hold the brakes on the runway at 09. Go to full maximum power with everything forward. And hopefully make it off the ground by the end of the runway. Fly over the Great Ocean Road. Continue out over the water, and then slowly make our way to an altitude that's acceptable before you start our turn left-bound, or left-hand turn, and then head on further. From Apollo Bay, we essentially track the Great Ocean Road. Very nice scenery along here if you have ever driven. You can see hang gliders sometimes fly along. At Anglesea, we'll have a waypoint, and another one at Lorne. Then that'll put us in for a nice position to make a landing at Torquay. Here at Peterborough we have 1,142 feet of runway. I think the nearest AWIS would be, let's have a look. Don't think Port Campbell has one. Probably Warrnambool. Yeah, let's go with Warrnambool. Just looking up the number to call them. So we do want to get some accurate winds here, figure out which direction we need to be taking off. Speaking of that, let's make sure our weather's actually connected. No, it's not. There we go, live weather. That keeps on deactivating itself recently. It's a bit annoying. That's taken. Cool. Ursa. Warrnambool. And we'll give it a phone call.
Automated Weather Information Service, Warrnambool Airport. Time 0853 Zulu. Wind 360 degrees magnetic at 9 knots. Visibility 6 kilometers. Cloud clear below 10,000 feet. Temperature 11. Dew point 9. QNH1014 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
Cool. So 360.9. It's just straight up crosswind, regardless. So 360. I think 08 is ever so slightly closer to the wind. Yeah, we'll do that. Runway 08, taxi out that way. Puts us in a straight line outbound anyway. I think that's the same runway we used on Monday. Anyhow, probably the same for here as well, 09. Actually, that's a single direction runway. We can only land on 27. We can only take off on 09. Bunch of special procedures and remarks that we need to read. So, CTAF 126.7. Local operator may make non-standard right turn after runway 09 takeoff because they want to go to, the 12 Apostles. Avoid the grass in the wet weather. Beware the soft edges. Power lines are underground. Beware trees, fences, rising terrain to the western end. Slope is 2% downwards towards the east. Yep. So it's when we land on 27 we're going uphill slightly, and on 09 it's downhill slightly. Public telephone nearby. Aerodrome closure indicated by a white cross between the runway and the windsock. Landing fee by donation. Locked pipe. Authorised landing area only. Responsibility rests with the pilot prior inspection and safe landing. So we need to do a precautionary search and landing on this airport. Airfield. Ran a bit of grass that aircraft landed. Hello Rossi and Jeremy. Nice to see you. You can call them there. Recorded voicemail message at all times. Mobile phone, and there you go. So while we're pretty close to Marengo Township at this so-called Apollo Bay airport, it's closer to Marengo than it is to Apollo Bay, but Apollo Bay is more famous, so they named it that. And once we're on the ground at Apollo Bay, we'll prepare the takeoff for Torquay. Let's jump on in. Chocks are off, tie downs are off. It's just the yoke. Pop in. So we have 2 passengers on board today, myself and YouTube, and the same amount of fuel that we arrived with yesterday. Monday, sorry. Quick squeeze at all the stuff out here. We have underneath there a fuel drain. Walk around the front, do the oil. Up front here we have, just to check all the blades aren't cracked. All the inlets are free of any debris. Certainly the covers. We have a retractable undercarriage on this aircraft. There's a pitot probe, doesn't have the cover on it. Have a fuel drain point there, not too far from the wheel well. You'd also probably want to drop the flaps just to check them out there. Ailerons work okay. Just checking if the... Yeah, it does. The trim moves on this as well. That's cool. Yeah, it is a nice aircraft, Ali. Enjoy it quite a bit. Yes, the other day, flying over the Bass Strait. It's flying well. Today we're going to be doing a less straight and level flying at 8,000 feet. We're going to be more contour flying coastlines and stuff. Anyway, I'm happy with the external parts of the aircraft. Let's jump in. Let's close that door. Oh, already done. So clearly we have a cold aircraft. I also clearly have something in with my throttles. So with a cold aircraft we'll have to prime the engine a little first. To do that, we first turn on the battery, crack that a little bit, about half of the mixture, and then we're going to pop on the fuel pump. That's someone just popping into existence over there. Fuel pump goes on. We just want to check that the fuel pressure comes up a little. Yep. And then drop the mixture down to 0. Pump off for a second. Going to turn on a few lights now just to make sure that everyone knows we're about to start some engines. Check that we're clear. Clear prop. Actually, no one heard that. Open the window. Clear prop. Sitting on both. Let's hope this works first time. Sometimes it doesn't. Make sure my parking brake is set. It is. Let's go. Nope. Give that a go. And set to both. Thousand RPM's pretty good. Just leading out the mixture a touch while we warm it up. Happy with that. Okay, GT, I'm going to push that up to about there. Let's chuck in 122.8 over here. Monitor both, and we want the CTAF. So the CTAF ports, Campbell and Peterborough, 127.1. I'm going to chuck in, let's chuck in some kind of flight plan. We'll do Peterborough direct to Torquay. YPBH. I'm pretty sure that Apollo Bay doesn't even have an entry into this thing, but we'll give it a go. YAPO. Oh, it does. That's nice. Then we'll go to lawn. Where's R? Whoops. Let's delete that. And ANG, sorry. That's angle seat in Australia. Let's remove that. Now before angle C, I'm going to chuck in lawn. RN. correct. After angle C, we're going to go in and chuck in Torquay, YTQY. That is pretty much right. We are still missing the one before lawn, so insert before lawn, it's Ang. Cool, Peterborough, Apollo Bay, lawn, angle C, Torquay. That looks good to me. Alright, before we start moving, let's checking that we're back into 1000 RPM. And sorry, restreamed chat. I was looking at the YouTube chat and I wasn't looking at all at anything coming out of Twitch or Facebook. If you've said hello on Twitch or Facebook, hello. Sorry I missed it. I won't be seeing it at all. Let's pin that on. Okay, the first thing we want is this navigation log. It's going to be a little bit more lively today instead of these long 20-minute straight legs. So out of here we're looking for a heading of 099. Let's check the actual heading now. It's 206, I'd say. Let's check that's the right way. Here it is. About there. So 1141 that we need? No, I reckon it should be Avalon 1161. Cool. See what the engine's doing. Fuel pressure's in the green, oil temperature's just nudging the green now. So yeah, we take off, we go for 8 minutes, and then we turn to the new heading. I'm showing 120 knots on the climb out. You have to taxi out there and then go that way. Cool. Peterborough traffic, Sierra Golf Echo. Is a Piper Arrow. We're taxiing to runway 08, straight out departure, Sierra Golf Echo. That's what we have to do. Okay, cool. So now listening to both radios. Let's move on out. Brakes released. Fuel pump off for the moment.
Peterborough traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, taxiing runway 08 behind Sierra Golf Echo for departure to Apollo Bay, then Torquay, Peterborough.
So what I intend to do is just nudge off to the left-hand side of the runway of the taxiway here, and then we'll point the aircraft kind of pointing right a little bit, blast that direction with our prop wash to do the run-up. Wind's from the north, so I just don't want the full tailwind blowing whatever we blow back into us again. And also, if we're blasting wind straight behind us, it might hit other aircraft back there. Let's do it here. Looking for 1900. Now it's good and stable. Left hand side. It's about 75 drop. And the right side. Another 75. Cool. Run the props. Prop feathering well. Seems to stabilize about, what's that, 700? Yes, nice. Let's move out. A few more lights to go. We've got the landing light. And the strobe. Altimeter 1014. Set. Peterborough traffic, Sierra Golf Echo, Papa Arrow entering runway 08, backtrack. Going to practice the short field takeoff, take flaps 10. Because the next time we take off, we're going to be doing it for real. Even give us a nice little blast pad here to do this on. Someone sent me a message, I just felt that go. Cool. Nothing important. Flaps are 10. Into the wind. Brakes. Let's go. Release. Fifty-five, 60, go.
Peterborough traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet entering and backtracking runway 08, Peterborough.
Gear up. Under 80 knots. Flaps coming up. 25 on the
Peterborough
RPM.
traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, rolling runway 08, departing to the east, Peterborough.
Campbell. Yep, that's Port Campbell there. And the Great Ocean Road. So I was thinking we might fly the helicopter for some of this GA tour. What do you reckon? The H135 freeware. It is general aviation, very expensive. Carries a maximum of what? 7 people on board. Got some good liveries for it. Mostly from Mackay, but you know, we could fly to Melbourne.
Peterborough traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, departed, maintaining 2,600 feet.
Here come the apostles.
Coast to Apollo Bay, Peterborough.
Do we want to do it a second time? 12 apostles. They're in, might do an orbit. Traffic 12 apostles, so Golf Echo is overhead 12 apostles at 1,500. We'll be doing one orbit left and then one orbit right of the 12 apostles, continuing on till time 25. So Golf Echo. Surely someone has to do a scenery of this area at some point, because that there is a cloud baked into the scenery. We don't want that. And these are meant to be rather tall, almost as tall as the cliffs behind them. And they're clearly not that. Hello, Toy Inspector. Hope you're well. Hello from extra 7 days of lockdown here in Melbourne. And as we pass around the 12 apostles, Lockhart Gorge down there, and Gibson Steps. Apostles traffic, Sierra Golf Echo 1300. We're on the land side, tracking westbound. We'll call again offshore, tracking east, Sierra Golf Echo. That one doesn't look too bad. That's what they should all look like. And that feature there, the Lockhart Gorge.
222, heading 2220, requesting clearance 222.
Twelve Apostles traffic, Sierra Golf Echo is offshore again, tracking eastbound at 1500. Alright, I'm happy with that. I'm feeling a little bit light on right side, so I'll drop a little fuel. Don't need the fuel pump anymore. So yeah, just to cover that again, we have a cloud baked into the scenery here, that's why it's that lighter colour. The satellite scenery captured a cloud and they didn't fix it. This here is Clifton Beach. And we'll continue out over to Cape Otway. So a little while ago, I think it was it yesterday or today, one of them, I received a package in the mail. One of the YouTube viewers has sent a large package of Boeing 777 stuff. I'll see if I can grab some of it. That one. So while we head over to Cape Otway here. just like the poster behind me, which is of a Dash 8 300, I now have a massive, massive thing of a 777. It's a 200 LRF. Similar. But unlike the last set of posters, this one came with like FCOMs and QRHs and all kinds of fun. So Boeing 777 QRH, we're getting into that a little bit. See if I can do a QRH video one day. Bit of reading to do on that. Fortunately, I've got nowhere to go, so might as well do it. Yeah. Hello, Continuum. Hope you're well. Yeah, the GTN750, I know it pretty well because I've been flying it with the other sim back in the first lap of Australia. So it's pretty familiar for me, but yeah, I'm sure it'd be quite a new experience for someone who hasn't flown one of those before. Here's a funny thing, in the real aircraft, which I have flown a GTN aircraft before, Hotel Tango Mike, real one. The touchscreen is really hard in turbulence. You cannot aim your finger. What you end up doing is grabbing the top of this. So you put all 4 fingers of your hand on the glare shield, and then you drop your thumb below to use just your thumb to tap gingerly at at the screen, because you can't aim your fingers properly. So you end up doing something like this and just tap, 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 scroll, scroll. So you end up reduced to a single thumb trying to manipulate your touchscreen there. It'll kind of suck if you don't have a thumb. Yeah, that's true, Continuum. There's a few little odd quirks in this, but they're calling it a beta, so I'm sure at some stage it'll improve. I feel like I need to be on the left tank still. And we're coming in. We need the next charts very shortly. We want to be on frequency 1267. So 126.7. Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo is at Cape Otway. We'll be joining left-hand circuit runway 27 Apollo Bay. So at Otway now, and it's 6 minutes from, no, it's 4 minutes from now. And estimate circuit time at Apollo Bay at time 33 Sierra Golf Echo. Hello Avian 997, you're just came in time to watch me attempt to land at Apollo Bay and hopefully succeed. So where is Apollo Bay? I'm going to do a precautionary search and landing. I have to find the thing first. Hopefully it's here. Would it be embarrassing if it wasn't in the sim installed properly?
Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, 12 miles to the west of Apollo Bay. We'll be at circuit, over the circuit at time 33.
It's next.
We'll fly over the head.
It's a little bit fatter, isn't it? Up here somewhere.
So we try to land on Apollo Bay traffic.
Ah, there's the road. I've spotted the Great Ocean Road, so where that meets the coastline again is where we want to be. I think I see the beach just behind the compass. Is that us? Somewhere like that? Don't know, not convinced. Am I lost? A little. We're going too slow. We were planned for like 130 knots. We're only doing 100. How are you doing, Aviator? Ready for another week of lockdown? We're one bay too early. It's the next bay up. Geez, past this section here. Okay. I've got it on the GPS. I forgot about that. We're also doing 30 knots slower than I planned. So I better fix some of that. Let's go a little quicker. Yeah, I reckon you're about right, 5 miles. Oh, I misidentified Cape Otway as Gellibrand. So we're still past Gellibrand here, Point Gellibrand. That's Cape Otway there. I'm an entire peninsula too early. Ugh. Yeah, let's get speeding up to our actual planned speed. So you're allowed to do a test, but you're not allowed to do any training for the test. That's hilarious. It's almost like daring you to waste money. It's like, do you want to book that IPC test? Sure. Don't have any practice? No.
Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, 6 miles inbound. We'll be taking runway 27 for a stop landing. Apollo Bay traffic.
It's good to hear that he's nice and ahead. I think we'll stay offshore and then we'll join on kind of a base, but we'll do a full precautionary search landing. Not sure about 3 circuits, but at least 1 or 2. So the Air River that we're just passing now, should have been on the lookout for Air River. Also should have been doing 130 knots instead of 100. There's your lesson. If you're going to plan for 130 knots, actually fly 130 knots. Yes, Aviator, don't turn around mid-runway. Especially if it's been raining any time this month. And it has been. Nice looking beach. So it'll be 40 circuit time. Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo, estimate now time 40 into the circuit at runway 27 Apollo Bay. Stopping at Apollo Bay shouldn't be too hard. Getting going again, I am slightly worried. So I'm pretty sure that this aircraft took longer to take off at Peterborough than I was expecting it to. Feel like throwing out a passenger baby. Yeah.
Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, turning final, runway 27, full stop, Apollo Bay.
And slow it down again. Little low pass and then into a full proper circuit. Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo is on base. We'll be passing overhead the airfield at 500 feet to the dead side and making a downwind entry runway 27. Descend to 1,000 feet. Also long to maintain 100 knots through the pass.
Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, backtracking runway 27, Apollo Bay.
Roshan, how you doing? Airfield spotted. Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo overhead the field. We'll be joining from the dead side onto cross wind runway 27. Everything looks clear, apart from the aircraft on the runway. Might have to do another round. Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo is turning downwind, runway 27.
Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, clear of all runways and Sierra Golf Echo. Should be right tonight now, Apollo Bay.
Okay, let's get ready for landing. Gear coming down. Brakes are released. Undercarriage, 3 grain. Mixture rich. Prop is forward. Pumps are on. Fuel set to the false tank. Seats and harnesses are secure. Flaps 20. Flaps 30. All by traffic, Sierra Golf Echo turning final runway 27. Anticipated that a bit much. .65, just about right. Just a bit worried about that tree. I'm sure that was far too low, but anyway. Well, Mike Hatteras, lockdown's treating us like a lockdown. Lots of staying at home, that's what's happening. Apollo Bay traffic, Takeoff, Echo, backtracking, runway 27. Once we get down there, the house is for sale just behind us there. So once we get down there, I'm going to shut down, and I do need to do something just behind me, so I'm going to walk away from the camera for maybe 20 seconds, and then we'll be back for leg 2 and the takeoff on this runway. That moment when you start to feel a little bogged. Okay, should we come off on the grass? Maybe not. There we are. Brakes are in. Thousand RPM. Cool, let's pop out. And pop out, smell the roses. I'm just needing to do a thing. So I said I'll be back in about a minute. And we're back. Hope you've enjoyed your very, very short break. Let's jump in. So we're going to be doing a rather short takeoff here. We have 760 meters. So a few things to consider. All of the runway, flaps 10, We need to make sure that our takeoff trim is set. Don't think it was quite correct last time. Going to go a tiny bit to the up. We're bringing our passenger along or not? We dumping the packs because he does add weight. You can tell in the way that when the passenger is there, the aircraft sits a little bit further forward. It's a challenge. We can't abandon poor old fake Argent here in Apollo Bay. That said, we might die, so here goes nothing. So yeah, no pull on back, otherwise you end up throwing the aircraft into a stall. Flaps 10. Feet on the pedals. Let's get some power on. Lock the seat in. Find neutral. It's about there. Mixture coming up. Pumps on. Clear prop. Yeah. Clear prop. Wasn't too painful. It's nice when the engine's warm. Last one took a couple of attempts. Same technique. Okay, the next one we already have plotted into the GPS, so I barely have to think. After takeoff, we'll be on a heading of of northbound. Okay. Set. Lights. Have 127.1. Should be 1267. Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo is taxiing out to runway 09er, backtrack. Brakes released. Can't see our friend, I'm not gonna... Oh, there we go. Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo entering runway 09 backtrack. Oh, he's moving already. Didn't expect that.
Juliet, departing runway 27, Apollo Bay.
Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo holding short of runway 2709, waiting in departure.
Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet to Sierra Golf Echo, Sierra Golf Echo, you can go first.
Ah, you're on the runway there. You gonna taxi in behind us, go into that little holding area behind us? Two aircraft on one runway. Sierra Golf Echo, I'll kind of, okay, let's go for it. Just make sure you follow me so I don't run into you on the takeoff.
Sierra Golf Juliet to Sierra Golf Echo, yeah, I'll follow you behind.
Cool. Oh, there, Aviator 997. I think one of the pilot YouTubers mentioned that incident, the bouncing off the water. That was insane. I saw the video title and the thumbnail, but I didn't actually watch it yet. So, there's Mentor Aviation. Now that you've written about that, I recognise what that's all about. It's like ATR hitting the water and then bouncing off again. What? Where's my position in the cockpit? It's a little bit too far to the middle. That's about right. Yeah, flaps are 10 for departure. I'll stage 1 flap on this aircraft. Straight out of a movie, indeed, some kind of Bollywood. Fish strike. Quite true, quite true. I was expecting to go that side. Oh, into the grass he goes. Let's go. So I have the trim set. Do I though? That moves while I was looking at it. Ah, it's all the way up. Interesting. That's where I want it. Trim set. Flaps 10. Everything's fully forward. Let's get all the lights in. Pumps on. Here goes nothing. Not too bad, 65, off we go. Yep. Gear up. Got off there okay. $300. And Takeoff Echo has departed Apollo Bay, turning northbound.
Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, rolling runway 09, we turn northbound after departure. Apollo Bay traffic.
Flaps up. Gear is up. Wondering what that was. We had the latch unlocked. Maybe that was wise. I guess we landed in the water. Let's go up to a little bit higher than that. 3005 sounds good. Okay, that's Apollo Bay. Nice. Torquay. 119.0.
Apollo Bay traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet, departed, climbing through 1,700, will be climbing to 2,000 feet, Sierra Golf Juliet, Apollo Bay.
So we departed time 03. Be 09. 14. So this little peninsula coming up is I think Point Patton or something like that. Nice bit of the world here. I need to do this drive again one day. So, Aviator 997, you've been to Apollo Bay. Have you done the 12 Apostles overflight? I'm assuming you have because you come out to Apollo Bay. You're nearly there. Coming back a touch. Bit too much. There we are. A little bit richer peak. And there's our altitude. 3.5. Leveler off. trim that out. Nice having an electric trim that works on this aircraft. Hurdle Tanker Mike has an electric trim as well, but it hasn't worked for many years. You just have to stick your hand down there and move the wheel. Okay, what's on our tanks? Got a little bit of extra in one of the tanks. Let's pop on the fuel pump, flip over to the right tank. And I'm happy to cut off that fuel pump. Lawn coming up, we'll check where we get to lawn, but we're at Pattern now. Time is 8. Touch early. Bit of turbulence there, bouncing us around. And we are doing about 130 knots or so. What's the temperature again? 11. We stick the 3,000 feet at 11 degrees. It's plus 11, so it's about there. That gives us, yeah, about 135. Say closer to 140 than 135. 138 seems about right. So time 8, it'll be 13 here. So it'll be at overhead 24. Call it 25. 25 minutes past. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to the CTAF down in Torquay. I believe it's a 119.1 according to the CTAF. Just double check that with the Melbourne VNC. Torquay 119.0. That's switched in now. Listen to Unicom as well. See what shenanigans are going on up there. So I'm starting to like this sim. We still need more scenery, clearly. Melbourne. We need an airliner that works properly. We don't quite have one yet. We've got a lot of GA that's working pretty nicely. This aircraft, for instance, even the 172 isn't too bad. We've also got the helicopter, H135, which I'm going to bring out a little bit later. Probably late next week. Probably still on lockdown, but you know. Coming up to the township of Lorne now, L-O-R-N-E. It's getting closer to Melbourne on the Gradation Road. The road itself is a little bit inland at the moment, and it rejoins the coastline at Lorne. So these are big peninsulas that jut out with massive hills. Often the ocean road tracks inland to avoid those rather difficult cliffs. Last time I drove the Ocean Road, 2007. So it's probably long since time I just took some time off and went down there one day. Should bring a friend or two. Make a weekend out of it. Leave on Friday. Probably camp out somewhere near Torquay or Barwon Heads or something. Like have a hotel or motel somewhere in that area. Then pop down into the Great Ocean Road over a 2-day period. So let's say on the Saturday you get down to Apollo Bay. On the Sunday you do the 12 Apostles. And then make your trek back home. Once the sun sets, and hit the freeway so you can do 110 instead of these wiggly roads where you can barely do 50. Okay, that's the little township of Lorne, and the next one will be Anglesey. Lorne's not bad, and you've got this little escape road that goes up to the Princess Highway. Might be that one there. One of these roads goes to the Princess Highway. You can track across the mountains. And then once you pass the mountains off in the distance there, you join the Princess Highway and are able to do 110. When I was down this part of the world last time in my 2007, I was driving an old Ford Falcon, big blue car, dragged the bottom of the car along the surface of the road because I pulled over to look at something interesting, say something like that, just onto the edge of the road, and because of the way the road was, the car ended up bottoming out on the road there, dragged bits and pieces of its exhaust system along the tarmac. That didn't do it very good, so from then on the car had problems. So that was Lorne. Should have checked the time then. I'm thinking it was 13. Yes, it was. And Anglesey at, we'll say 19. So this one's probably Aries Inlet coming up. There's the inlet itself with a bridge over the top. Aries Inlet, and then Anglesey further up. This is certainly the way to travel this road. 3,500 feet above it, doing 135 knots. I like it. Easy navigation, just track along the coastline, just like the road does. It's called the Great Ocean Road for a reason. Yet another one of those escape roads that go up to the Princess. that one's a dirt road at some point, so maybe not use that one. Yeah, it's one out of lawn that you really want to use. Here's Dean's Marsh Lawn Road. Yeah, I think that's one I actually did use to get out of there. Probably should have used the one at Skeens Creek. Maybe it is that one. I don't know. I used one of the roads, got me out of there nice and quick. Anyhow, Anglesey, 2 miles. There we are. And now we probably want to start slowing down. You're only about 11 miles out. Torquay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo is a Piper Arrow at 3,000 feet. We're tracking along to Torquay to join runway runway 36 circuit at Torquay. And estimate circuit time at Torquay, time 24. Hi there, Peter. Not quite up to the A2A level, but as far as flying the aircraft is concerned, I think it's just about there. Obviously, A2A take pride in pre-flighting the aircraft, where the systems of this aircraft when you're outside obviously aren't up to the same scratch. For instance, you can't add the tie downs while you're looking at them outside. There's no fuel drain or any of that kind of fun that you get with the A2As, and I think that's why they're holding back, because they're trying to figure out how to do that in this sim. But as far as navigating the aircraft is concerned, flying it, yeah, it's pretty much there. I do find JustFlight aircraft tend to respond badly on the rudder for some reason. They're too sensitive in this axis. Like, they're just too lively. You can put too much into it. Whereas the A2As tend to do the rudder a lot nicer. And as you can see, this one bouncing around as I release the rudder into neutral. It's not something that you see on the A2As. A little bit of flight dynamics thing going on with the rudder control. That's about the only issue that I can find. So a little bit of external detail and the rudder. Oh, VFR is great fun. Love it. And Jared W, at the moment I'm working at home. I've had some issues with access. Like some of our literally changed jobs about 2 days before we went into lockdown. So I was in the office Monday and Tuesday, then we weren't back on Wednesday and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, and so my software access has been a bit of a hit and miss affair. But apart from trying to fight through IT tickets and stuff, I've also been working at home and getting paid, so that's what I've been doing. Ahmed Khan, yes, this is Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 with the GTN750.
Torquay traffic, Sierra Golf Juliet is 8 miles to the west of Torquay, southwest of Torquay. I'll fly overhead the field and have a look at the wind socks, and then we'll decide which runway we'll land on. Torquay.
The wind 360 at 9. Probably should have listened to Avalon's. Whatever. We'll do the windsock thing as well. Yeah, it's good to be able to work from home. It'd be nicer in the office, especially since I've had literally 2 days of working my new job. So, if you ask me, do I know what I'm doing? Why don't I put on autopilot? Because we flew the entire last trip on autopilot. We're flying VFR over Torquay. We're 4 miles from our destination. Why would you have the autopilot on? Ah, poor old JB crashed his FS. Microsoft Vatsim has crashed to desktop. Well, that sucks. That sucks quite badly. We're looking for an airfield up here. I think it's this here. It's a grass runway. And it's a north-facing runway. So, yep, that looks about right. With the hangars on the far end close to the road, pretty much got it. Torquay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo, Piper Arrow is at 1,000 feet. We'll be crossing the runway centre lines to the dead side, then making a crosswind entry runway 36, Torquay. Ahmed Carr finally subscribing. Is that why also? Touch and go there. Now this is my PC. I don't own my own laptop. My work owns my laptop, and I don't have the, you know, I'm not going to be playing a game on their work equipment. That's us there. Okay. Torquay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo is on the dead side of the field at 1,000 feet. We'll be joining crosswind runway 36. $100 knots, I'm quite happy to keep it there. We should maintain that 1,000 feet properly. Pretty basic airport there. We'll be parking about there. Hi there, our call sign is that, Sierra Golf Echo. SGE. A private aircraft, so you just call it by its registration number. Let's push in now. That's about 45. Torquay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo turning downwind, runway 36. agree, this is the surf coast of Victoria. Nice place to go if you can. Not that we can at the moment. We're limited to travelling within 10 kilometres of our homes during this lockdown for the next 2 weeks. Well, next week and a bit. Haven't quite cleared the runway yet. We've drifted in. Yeah, I'd say that's about where we want to be. Gear coming on. Yeah, it is pretty sad. I agree. I'm sick of these lockdowns. Mixture rich, prop, brakes, undercarriage, mixture, pump, seats and harnesses are secure. Can be a bit hard to see the runway at times, but we're going to chuck in flaps. Go flaps 20. Torquay traffic, Sierra Golf Echo, final runway 36. All the flaps. Bit hard to see where I'm meant to be around here, but there's the parking spot, so I'll go there. Parking brake. And a shutdown. Let's head, shall we? Cool. Let's jump out and tie down the aircraft. And there we are here at Torquay. Probably on Monday actually, we're going to take off from Torquay, pick up an IFR flight plan airborne, and then do an ILS approach into Avalon, and possibly other places as well. Suggestion would be ILS at Avalon, then maybe do another one at Melbourne Tullamarine, or maybe, just maybe, take off from Torquay, flying up here, request a clearance to enter the Avalon control zone on an IFR flight plan to do a VOR approach onto runway 36, then on the go around track up to Melbourne and then do an ILS there, whether it be to runway 27 or runway 16. And if we can't get the clearance to do that, because it's going to be Milk Run Monday, Melbourne's going to be busy, we'll just do another one at Avalon to runway 18 to do the go around. Then we'll pop into, I'm thinking, Point Cook. And then at some point further on in next week, we'll leave Point Cook and do a tour of Melbourne City itself. Say Melbourne City, or maybe even the entire Port Phillip Bay in that direction. Could do that, yeah. So we take off from here, go to Point Cook, then say Wednesday or Thursday do the Melbourne City, do a circle to Melbourne City from Point Cook, then straight down Frankston all around to Barwon Heads or something. Anyhow, yes, cabin door latch keeps on opening every time I click the button. So just any click, any random place, doesn't matter where it is. Can even be a different screen and it'll open. Don't know why that happens. The mysteries of FSX, or MSFS, trying to say. Anyhow, with that done, I'd like to wish you a very good evening. I'll see you guys on the weekend probably for some more flying, since I've got nothing better to do. Not allowed to leave the house. Till then, I've been Mr. Labia. Bye for now.